As the horrific massacre in Florida reminds us, shootings in the United States are a national crisis. This is not a price of freedom. This does not happen in other civilized countries. If we do nothing, this will happen again and again and again. Doing something is probably better than doing nothing. Congress's inaction over the past 20 years has been a national disgrace. The greatest respect to the students and teachers in Florida for not just accepting thoughts and prayers, but actually getting out and raising the consciousness of this issue. And kudos to President Trump and the GOP for starting to talk about at least some remedial solutions to this issue. The favored solution for President Trump and many in Congress is more guns, specifically arming teachers so that they can shoot assailants before the assailants shoot the kids. Speaking as a parent, I should say that this is an emotionally appealing solution. If a crazy person were to charge into my kid's school with a gun, I would want a whole platoon of trained soldiers in there to stop him before he carried out what he wanted to do. But the reality of these situations is much more complex. First, in Florida, for example, there was an armed security guard on the campus of the school who was never able to engage with the shooter. It did not stop any of what happened. Second, gunfights are extremely stressful, chaotic situations. A study of the New York police force for almost a decade found that only 18% of the shots fired in gunfights actually hit their intended targets. Some of the other bullets hit other people who were just standing by. And even trained professionals who have nothing on their minds other than protecting very specific individuals ultimately can't react quickly enough. The assassination attempt of President Reagan in 1981 shows this vividly. Just before the assassination, President Reagan is surrounded by trained professionals of the highest caliber, armed. They were unable to stop 3 people, including the president, from being shot. So even when you have armed deterrence, professionals, it doesn't always stop the outcome. Sometimes, but not always. Secondly, the evidence suggests that in fact looser gun laws, more guns, right to carry laws, actually lead to an increase of violent crime over time, not a decrease. According to a 2018 study, quote, right to carry laws are associated with higher violent crime over time, and the size of the deleterious effects grows over time. Maybe there will be some deterrent effect. Maybe in some cases there will be less devastation, but more likely, the evidence suggests, that would lead to more violence. Arming teachers is not likely to be nearly as effective as the solution that most experts agree on: common sense gun control.